Chalo. Hello everyone, my name is Zavir Khan and with me I have Abdul Majid and Uqba Javed and our project is on movie booking system. The front end is built on Java FX and the back end is built solely on SQL Server. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have the sign in page. But before that, we have to create a new account to buy movies. So if you press over here, we can see the sign up page. And if we click on the sign up button, it will say that you have to fill all the blank fields. So we have to give a valid email address. So I'll give it mine. So the username is Xavier and the password is 1234. So as you can see over here, the account is created successfully and all the text fields are empty now because I have created a new account. And if I go back to the main page, if I enter my name over here and the password is wrong, so it will give me this error that you have invalid password. And if the password is correct and the username is wrong, so it will say that user exists doesn't exist. So I have to give a valid username and password. So when I press the login button, it will take me to the dashboard page, as you can see over here. So this is the home page where you can see the now showing movies which are available at our own movie system. And over here is the trending movies which will be released soon or are still fan favorites. So what you're seeing over here, it's managed by our admin, which places the new movies in the now showing tab. So if you go to the admin page, it will ask you for the password, which is 7866. And if we press login, it will take you to the admin page. And over here we can do is insert, clear, update, and delete movies. So let's suppose I have to add movies. So what will I do? I'll pick an image from here. Let's see. I want to add John Wick. So I have to place the movie title. Genre is action. Let's suppose it's 3 hours long, and I have to select a publish date. So let's suppose it's 15 December. So if I press insert button, it will add the movies to the list, as you can see over here. Now, what if I want to update the title of my movie? So if I select John Wick and uh, update the title and press the update button, it will automatically update my movie. So as you can see over here, it's updated. And another feature of our system is that if I go back to the home page, it will show the latest movie that I have added, which is John Wick over here. And if I add, so the password is auto save. And if I add a new movie, let's suppose it's the same as if I have Avatar. Let's suppose I have Avatar. So if I use Avatar. If I insert, it will tell that Avatar already exists in our database. So I have to choose another movie, which is uh, let's say Creed. And if I insert the movie, it will successfully add the movie. Now, if I want to delete a certain movie, I can just select that movie and press the delete button, and it will delete that movie. And as you can see over here, the Shazam movie is gone. So if we come to the coming soon page, this is the movies which will be released later on next year. And you can see if I press on each title over here, it will tell you the description of the movie. So it's like it's gonna release in 2022. It's PG-13 and it's 3 hours 8 minutes long. And if I want to see about the Batman, it will show me a different description. Like over here, it's just different description. Each movie has its own description. So like it's gonna release in 2023. It's PG and it's 2 hours 20 minutes long. So you can see over here, colors are also changing with the title. So now Abdul Majid will tell you more about how to book your tickets.
Okay, so for booking our tickets, we will need to choose the movie that we want to watch it. It's all loaded in the combo box. So if we select it from here, we can see our options. Let's go for Avatar at the moment. It auto loads the genre action. And then if we choose a date that is prior to our current date, uh, it shows us an error. So we have to choose a date that is at least today. So we can do that. 15 December, we'll choose. And that shows us the slots that we have for the day. So we have to choose which slot do we want. We want Avatar. So on choosing, it basically gets us, it basically loads the maximum number of tickets that we have in each category, normal and VIP, in the spinner that you can see below in the purchase ticket. So we can only purchase those many tickets for that particular movie. So let's look at what the max value is here. It's about 13. So at 13, the spinner will stop going forward. So you cannot over book a movie. Okay, so going forward now, let's choose our amount. It's showing us the amount that we have to pay as well. Okay, that makes sense. Now let's go to the card number. Let's put in our card details. It only accepts valid credit card number, so we will have to provide a valid credit card number here. It doesn't do any transactions or anything. It's just a format checker using regex. So let's do that. So we haven't inserted a correct credit card number. Let's take a test. So let's insert it properly now and let the transaction go through. And there we go. So, okay, so now the transaction has gone through, everything reloads. And now we're going to try to rebook that slot and we're going to see if the number of tickets that we have has reduced. So let's try rebooking the same slot again. Put 15 December in here. Okay, now we go for a normal and then we try to increase it. As you can see, it stops on 11. So if you keep on pressing the upper button, it will not increase further. Uh, so that's what we have here. Okay, so whenever we make a booking, we want the user to know what previous bookings he has made. So if you go to the booking details section, here are his current bookings. He's just made one booking so far, which he's made for that. And as we showed, the quantity was 2. Okay, so now moving forward, now Ugba will take it on from here onwards to elaborate on the food and drink section.
So let's say if you want to eat something, so you will end up to this food and drinks page. Okay, so here you have 6 categories of food items, which are burger, chips, popcorns, pizzas, and soft drinks and hot dogs. So usually all cinemas have only these kind of stuff. So if you select your favorite item, let's say I select burger, then you have to mention how much quantity you need to buy for yourself. So then just mention the amount. Let's say we will put 29. Then it will pop up the alert. And when you push the buy button, then it will pop up the alert that you have just bought 20 burgers. You just bought 20 burgers. So after that, you have successfully now we have set the threshold value of 30. Now, if you put two burgers, now let's say you want to add more 2 burgers, then we have set the threshold 30 for each of the category. If we select 2 more burgers, then it will show you can only buy 1 more burger because the default threshold is 30. Similarly, you can do this to your another favorite items. Let's say if you want to add pizzas, popcorns, hot dogs, and similar stuff will be done for these items. So after that, when you press the logout button, then you will land into your sign in and sign up pages.
Okay, so this was our GUI. Now let's get back to the code. So as you can see over here, this is the main controller which controls the sign up and sign in page. As you can see, this is all the FXML properties that are important from scene builders. And for example, this is the valid email function which checks if the ID is valid or not. And this is the sign up. It runs the query from the database. It fetches the username and the password from the field that is entered by the user. And this is the connection for the database. Okay, so I forgot before that I have to show you the database connection. So as you can see over here, this is our connection for the SQL server. So this is the same thing which is happening over here. So this is the sign in page. As you can see, it shows error if it's empty field or if no user exists. And this is the switch form from the sign in to the main dashboard. And these are all the close, minimize, and all those buttons. Now, Ugba will tell you about the main dashboard page. Ugba.
So basically you have the is valid function, which tells you whether you mentioned the correct credit card number. Let's say if you put the wrong credit card number, the conditions checks whether you put the correct according to the database. Then it will pop up the alert functions that whether you select the proper number or the incorrect number. Then we have the by function. We have the FXML ID, face ID, which we have TT dash, which gets the strings. Then we selected the two SQL query. First SQL query is for the subtraction of our quantity, and the second SQL query is because of we need to check whether your quantity gets zero or not. Then connection of the database, then the alert functions, then the conditions. So moving on to the Abdul Majid, he will continue from here.
Okay, so these two functions here, the update catch and the update spin, they basically synchronize the text field according to the amount of tickets you buy. So it basically gets you 900 for each ticket and 1300 for the other VIP ticket. This transact is what you press basically when you press the buy button. It runs a few queries, which basically update the quantity. So it decreases the quantity, checks whether the quantity is enough or not, and also puts in your booking so that you can see it on your account the next time you log in. All of these are resetting the values here so that the next time you come here. The init spinner is basically the initializer for any kind of spinner. The display selected. This basically is an event, and this basically gets you the field that is currently selected in the slot section, so that can be used to create your booking. As you can see, it is also used to get the number of tickets remaining. So moving forward, this is the show slots. This is connected to the button that we press to get the slots printed on the table. We have run that query below, and we have basically just put everything into the table view that we had seen previously while booking the slots. Moving forward, this is the fill genre. So whenever we go on to book a movie, we basically just pick the movie and it autofills the fill genre. So this function basically does that from the database. And from here onwards, Xavier will take over.
Okay, so the import image basically imports the image from the path we have defined from the admin page. So it just selects that image, and the insert add movies basically inserts that movie that I showed you before. It adds to the list, and it checks if it already exists or not. And this is the query that it runs. So add movies basically adds to the list in the now showing page. This is to show which movies appears in our coming soon page. So the select movie list basically tells you if that particular movie is selected or not, and update movie updates you with a new uh, field that you want to update. For example, I updated the user, the main title of the page, title of the movie. So it's for that. And the delete movie basically deletes it from the database. And clear ad movie clears the screen if you want to clear the entry that you put. So switch form basically switches from different pages. For example, I was in the food page. If I want to go to the admin page, it basically does that. It's for every button over here. So as you see, display username displays your username that you logged in from, and a logout is basically the button that you press when you want to log out from the main dashboard. So as you can see over here, we have initialize now showing get training coming soon and get food. So I'll show you the main function of it. So this is for the coming soon. So I have manually created an array list, and I've manually inserted all the movies that I want to show in the coming soon section. So these are all the movies. And for the food, which you saw, the 6 different foods are also inserted from here. And now showing is the main page where you see all the available movies, and get training also over on the main page. So these are all called in the initialize function. So as you can see, wait, yeah, these are all initialized, and each of them are running in a loop. So for example, if you so as you can see over here, these are the grids that were created for the now showing and the food pages, and each has its own, it loads the movie fxml, which is basically a scene builder file, which has the movie template on it, and similarly it's that for the food one. So this is our main function, and that's it from us, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.